This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and I feel like I do this video every year, and I feel like I should do this video every year. Preseason is now over. We're about to move to the regular season. Thank God. Can't wait. Glad we already got college football back. Had some interesting matchups and great games, by the way, over the weekend. Like Georgia struggling to come back against North Carolina. We saw a couple of upsets. Let me pull it up because there were some unusual fucking upsets in college football. LSU. I'm looking at you, LSU. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alabama, of course, squashed. But Houston, damn Houston, y'all went out. You showed like y'all are better than what people are ranking y'all, and that people need not to disrespect you. Hats off to Houston for beating Oklahoma. That was a very interesting game. TCU had a little bit of struggle with South Dakota, which was weird. Texas A&M came out, upset UCLA. They're still a solid program. They put people on notice. Don't sleep completely on us, please. Which was very, very cool. And then, of course, you had the squashes. Like I said, Alabama, they just fucking dominated. Tennessee tried to lose to Appalachian State. That was interesting. But the squashes, Louisville, sheesh, Baylor, Alabama, goddamn Ohio State, Michigan, woo, man, Washington, goddamn, Oklahoma State, woo, the pretty crazy games. But anyway, this ain't about college football. This is about people overhyping the goddamn NFL preseason. So looking at the preseason standings, quote unquote, like they matter, and we had 4 teams go undefeated: the Eagles, the Vikings, the Texans, the Ravens. Cool. We had some players come out and be the darling of preseason, like Dak Prescott definitely is the darling of preseason. People showed out. I know people were talking about how Suffolk did pretty solid for us. But none of that matters, people. None of that fucking matters. Preseason, its purpose is to get ready for the regular season. That's it. Everybody get some live contact. You work through, a set amount of plays just to get your rhythm back, get your timing, work with each other, point out the key issues that you have, getting back in sync, and then work on them in practice. That's it. It's just dress rehearsal to help you flesh out your roster, find what players that you think could be the most impactful and contribute the most. See what issues that your teams have. If you're one of those newer coaching staffs, you're working definitely to see how the team's going to react to your playbook, your game plan, things like that. It's a readjustment period for teams with new staffs, new coaches, new key players, things like that. I mean, that's what it is. It's just to get yourself together, in shape, and in sync. Who cares what you go? Who cares, honestly, about some people? So, like, some players aren't going to play as much, so they're not going to put up that great stats for people to harp on. The backups, the third strings, the fourth strings, the people trying out for that last position, they're going to put up probably the best numbers because they're going to get the most time. People want to see, are they worth keeping them around? So, of course, they're going to get a lot of play. They're going to get a lot of looks because these coaches need to evaluate, is this some person that I want on my bench taking up a key slot that I could use for someone who can help me a lot more? That's all it is. So Don't crown the Ravens, Texans, Vikings, or the Eagles for going 4-0. Don't get hyped. Redskins fans, talking to my people, fuck all that we're 3-1 shit and looking great in the preseason because we're gonna dominate, blah blah blah. Yeah, we look good in the preseason. We look like we got our rhythm. We're kind of in sync. That's it. Stop applauding. Stop hand clapping. Nah. Now let's see what happens in the regular season. Because what happens a lot of times is these teams, the media is the biggest perpetrator of this. They'll hype the fuck out of a preseason performance, and fans will do that too. And so people going to the regular season off the preseason acting like this is what it's going to be like, and nah, it don't work that way. No. I've said this many times before, and I'll continue to say it. Cowboys under Jimmy Johnson, his 2 Super Bowl rings came in years when they went 0-4 in the preseason. They didn't give a fuck. He wasn't trying to play his key players. They knew what they were supposed to do. Like most teams, especially a lot of teams that have had players that have been together for a long time, like say the Steelers or the Patriots, where the majority of their core has worked together for a good enough time, they could give 2 fucks. If they win, okay, cool. If they lose, all right, cool. If anything, the cheering for the wins comes for the backups, because it's usually the backups doing something crazy to make a comeback or anything. Starters don't give a fuck. They sitting on the bench in their like clothes, like chilling, because they just went out, broke a sweat. All right, I'm good. Let's go. We're keeping in game shape. That's it. They don't give a fuck because they know it's more important about the regular season. It's more important to just do what you need to do to get the work in, keep your team as healthy as possible, and that's it. That's all you need out of the preseason. Get your rhythm back. Get your work in between practices. Stay healthy. Chill. So stop hyping the fuck out of these preseason games, people. Really not that serious. It's not necessarily indicative of what's going to happen in the regular season. That includes with how players perform as well, because when the lights are on and everybody's playing for real and playing real defenses, not just doing base shit and trying to hide their playbooks so you don't see what it is they're going to bring to the table during the regular season, that's when you really know. Like, you'll know. If anything, wait till the end of the first month of the season before you start really getting the hype, okay? But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Stop hyping preseason. Now, feel free to hit me up, and I'll talk to you later, guys. This is your boy Blak Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.